everyone, it's Angie. Um, Sorry I've been gone for a long, hot minute. I have a lot of things going on in the background. I have some revamping that I'm doing with my art business, so you'll be seeing some changes coming up. I've been painting. I got a few things coming out soon, so please stay tuned for that all. Please follow me on all my social media. That's Instagram, my website, and on Etsy. All those links are below. Thank you for all my new subs. I really appreciate it. Your comments are so appreciative. Thank you so very much. Back in November, I was contacted by Stencil Girl. It's a stencil company, and they make stencils, and there's other artists who design for Stencil Girl, and I'll show you the stencils I picked out in a minute. But I was contacted by them asking if I would be interested in doing a project with their product, and of course I said yes. So thank you, Mary, and everybody at Stencil Girl. I feel so honored and so blessed to be able to use your products and come up with something that I think turned out pretty cool. I've been stepping away out of my comfort zone. I've been into color. I don't know what's happening to me, you guys. You know, neutrals has been my thing for the last couple of years. And since I've started abstract painting, it has just blown up. I mean, I'm all over the color wheel, you guys. So, it's no wonder there's a couple stencils that I picked that has something to do with the color wheel, which I just think turned out so cool. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but it ended up being a journal. I had a couple other ideas, but I really love making the journals. I really love painting journals, and I thought it was just something different since I've been doing, you know, abstract painting on journal covers and mixed media work on them. So if you do not follow Stencil Girl, please follow all of their social media. Here's all their info. My blog post spot should be up today. I think I'll have this released today, the 19th. If not, it'll be either after the 19th or not. Hopefully we'll get it out by then. But I'm doing this now. And so anyways, I'll have a blog spread in there, and it's just a step out on basic instructions, how I painted my covers and how I use their stencils. Okay, with all that said, I will let you see the stencils I used for this project. So let me get the info out so I can get them right in case you're interested in kind of doing what I did. Okay, so the first stencil I used, sorry you guys, I thought I had these all prepared, was Timeless. And this is a Seth Apter design stencil. I love his work. It's very grungy. I love the numbers. I love words, letters. You guys know that about me. So of course there's a number 5 in there hanging out somewhere. Maybe it's not this one. I think it's the other one. Anyways, so this one is a Timeless 6x6, and it is code S216. And the next stencil I used was Numbers, and this is a Seth Apter stencil. It's a 9x12. It is called Numbers, and it is L184. Isn't that amazing, you guys? Look at that. There's the 5. Oh my gosh, I love it. I absolutely love this one. And then I'm not quite sure who the other designers were of these stencils, but I love them. And let's see, so this one's called Emotions and Feelings 9x12. Emotions and Feelings number 1, 9x12. And the code is number L827. And I love words. You guys know that. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun when I saw these come out. These are fairly new. I love them. They're just amazing. And then, like I was talking about me being all over the color wheel, I really fell in love with these. This one is a 6x6 color gradient swatch wheel, code S838. Isn't that awesome, you guys? Look at that. So cool. And then the other one's 20 color swatch grid 6x6 in code S835. So much fun. I can't wait to show you what I did with these inside this journal. But those are the stencils that I used, and the item number if you are interested in following along or kind of doing what I did. But here she is, you guys. It's just an explosion of color. Like, I don't know what's happening, you guys. Like I said, the neutrals have kind of been on the wayside. I love my neutrals, but ever since I started abstract painting and doing backgrounds, I have just been all over the color wheel, like I said, and I've been having so much fun, you guys. I hope that if you guys are intimidated by color, that you will get inspired just to just do it, you guys. It's just paint, right? I had different plans to do something different, but it ended up being a journal, and I couldn't be more excited because it just turned out, I think, fun. All right, enough of that. Let's get into this. So this is my journal, and here is the front cover, like I said, full of color. I love it, and it's just so cool. I have it really rustic up top, and there's encaustic wax dripping down. So, and then here is the spine. That's all painted as well. This is a gutted book. And so I took a paintbrush and just painted some of the colors. And this is just a piece of filigree metal that I've rusted, and then just some pretty little sparkle on there. Not too much. I kind of wanted to keep this one pretty simple. Let's see, what else do we got here? Just there's the back. And then this is the front. This is a metal flower. This was the bottom of a tuna can. And I just cut the bottom and made it like a color wheel, because this to me is inspired by the color wheel. It's just fun. So this was supposed to represent a color wheel, and that's the back of the flower. And then I just layered it. And then there's some washers, and I just have it all tied or glued down with E6000, so it is not going anywhere. And you still want to be careful of the edges. I did file them down, but you just don't run your finger across it. And then here's the nail, and I wrapped it around. I made the leaves with the kind of the faux glass look in there as well. And then this is just a painted seam binding that I did. I made it really grungy. I thought it'd be fun. That's kind of usually what I've been doing with my closures. It's just a really cool grungy ribbon to close it up with. And I used the Timeless stencil on the cover. After I did all my painting and all my artwork on there, I took the stencil and I added spots from the Timeless stencil on here, just to give it another layer. So you'll see that in here. It's the little dots and the lines. And that I just stenciled them on with some black acrylic paint. Okay. Alright, you guys, are you ready? Okay. Here we go. Oh my gosh, right? So I'm not going to take everything out. Like, this is just, well, maybe I will, because there's kind of a cool effect. So here is the front cover, my pocket. There's just some color wheels in here that I made. There's just bingo cards and some ephemera, some extra paper, but I guess I wanted to let you see the front cover there because it was part of the project. So this is the swatch, the 20 swatch, and I made it look like a paint, like it was like a paint palette. Like these were the cakes in the paint of the paint. So I used that some modeling paste, paper paste, and I just pasted it on. I did some watercolors over it to look like they were, it was like a real coloring, like a real a cake, watercolor cake, I guess. And I just grunged it all up. This was a really cool thing of hoarding that. I was gifted that. And aren't they awesome? Oh, it just went perfect. And then just like a little safety pin and some grungy material and some pockets that you put your ephemera in. I just think it turned out super cool. Okay, and all the signatures are the same, so I'm not going to go through all the pages. I'll go through the first signature, and like I have been doing, everything is held in a bi elastic, and these are reusable covers, and you can take the signatures out and refill them and then put them back in, so you have this cover, because that is mainly what I do. My journals come naked because I want you to do your artwork in them, and I want you to be able to reuse the cover, because I do put a lot of my time into the covers. So I thought it was just a great idea from the beginning, since I started making journals, that man, I'm putting a lot of work into these covers. It'd be a great idea to be able to reuse them once you fill up your signatures. So this one was numbers that I used. This is a Seth stencil. I just stenciled it on, and like I said, if you go to the blog, you can see my step out process on how I made the covers. So this is the first signature cover, and again, I just used the same kind of color palette from the cover, and I made this really cool grungy cover by using the stencil first and then doing my layering, and then the caustic wax. That's an extra technique if you want to do, and if you do use a caustic wax, please do your research on caustic wax. It's fun, but you know, there's limitations to it and guidelines. And so let's see, what are these? What did I do here? Okay, these are a pair of earrings that were just a circle, and I just put some resin in there and I colored it, and so those are the signature tabs. So they look like little glass tabs. I think they turned out so cool. Wasn't sure I was going to make for tabs, but I had a different idea for these, and then they end up becoming the tabs. So there's the tabs. So they're just like little glass tabs, and they are, like I said, it's just an earring, and then I filled it up with resin and then colored them and then kind of made them like a bubble, so they kind of domed, and then I just wired these on. So there's the back of it. So there's the first signature, and this is just a wire and then a washer. I think it's fun. I just love it. I think like the style, the grunginess, layering, different elements, you know, with wire and rust and paper. So we'll go in for the first signature, and you're just going to see different forms of paper to draw on and write on. All kinds of paper, even black in here. Dictionary paper, time card, I think that's what that is. And then it repeats itself. These are all tea stained paper. And I think it's just fun. You can gesso this, you can, you know, all kinds of stuff, and then that's what I want you guys to do, is do artwork in here or journal in here and do whatever you want. So they're blank pages for you to be free to put your own thoughts and ideas into the pages. And I just did a simple stain and then some gesso over that, and then here's the back, the first signature, and this one is the words. So I just, like, I pasted them on with some modeling paste, and then did the same technique, and then this is signature number 2, so I put 2 washers, same kind of tab, and then this is this was supposed to just be this, and then it ended up turning into like one of those paper clip. I've never made one before, but I guess this is what my version of an altar paper clip turned out to be, which I think it turned really cool. It sticks up on the top. It's really grungy. It's really layered. And I have a key, of course, because I love keys. I always include a key into my journals, no matter where it's at. But this was really fun to put on here. And it just kind of is like just something to stick up on the top, and maybe a bookmark, however you want to use it. The pages repeat themselves, and there's the back of signature 2. And then this is signature 3 with 3 washers for this to represent the third signature. And so that turned out really cool. Some caustic wax, and then this again, this was the numbers stencil. So I went numbers, emotional words, and then the words, or the numbers one. Total fun. And then here's the back of that. And then here is this beauty, you guys. So this one was the color wheel stencil that I showed you that I used, and I just, if you, like I said, you go to the blog onto stencilgirl.com. You'll see my step out instructions on how I put this together. So like I said, I used all the colors from the front cover, just really grunned this up. This was my stencil that I used. It's here and here. I guess we can go ahead and open it so you can see the other stencil. So there's that, you guys. And in here is just papers, extra ephemera paper. I thought this was just so fun, you guys. Like, oh. And it's raised up, you know. And then I did some sewing on here. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's just another element, another texture. And then this is just some kind of rubber washer and a little itty bitty safety pin and some grungy stuff on the back for layering. And then I just sewed up the sides here. And then again, I just painted it. There's little swatches of paint everywhere. And there's the back. I have not made a dust cover for this one yet, but I will. There we go. Anyways, that is that. So again, thank you, Stencil Girl and Mary. I really appreciate, and I am so gratefully honored that you asked me to make a project with your amazing product. Like I said, if you do not follow them, please go over there. And if you're interested in seeing the process, step-up process of how I created the covers, please head over there. Yeah, I think that's about it. Other than I do have a lot of things coming up. I will be on here more, hopefully. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope everybody's staying warm and staying safe. We have a ton of snow out here. Yeah, and it's bitter cold. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit, but we do need the snow, so I'm not, you know, too disappointed that there's so much snow out there that I'm knee-deep in it, pretty much. But yeah, we do need the snow. So with that said, I hope everybody's doing well, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.